everyone. I'm Amy Rose White, integrative psychotherapist. So glad to have you with me today. Let's talk about something really, really near and dear to my heart: how to stop being a people pleaser, otherwise known as when to say no and when to walk away. So people pleasing is really, really rampant in our culture. It doesn't apply just to people who identify as femme or feminine or female, although I would say that women identify more as people pleasers than men, but absolutely not exclusively. A lot of people basically struggle with being able to set their own boundaries, say no, listen to their gut, and frankly, stop being bullied. And the reason I want to talk about this today is that I just had a very concerning interaction with my dentist. I actually walked out of the office today because I determined that I was no longer going to muscle through in a relationship that was not working for me or my family any longer in an attempt to be good, be compliant, and people please. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this story because I think that you're going to relate. So in this case, this is an authority figure, a man, and an older man. And for any of you who have grown up as female identified, you know that whether it's spoken or not, there's a power differential. There always is. There's a power differential between me and my client. Whether that's, who's paying whom and who has the degrees or whatever. It's all kind of hocus pocus, but there's a dynamic that's at play in every relationship, and especially in the medical field, that is the case. So have this relationship with this physician, who's a dentist, that is clearly an expert in their field. Probably the best clinical, technical provider, clinician I've ever worked with. We've learned all sorts of things about what's going on with our teeth that nobody actually ever pointed out, frankly. However, that has come at a cost. And this particular person's way of interacting with me and my family, in particular, some sensitive individuals in my life, aka kiddo, it hasn't worked very well. It has felt abrasive. It's felt demeaning, it's felt disrespectful. And at the end of the day, when I have tried to say, hey, could you, say that in a different way, or hey, go easy on that person, or I'm not really in a place to have this conversation today, that's known as setting boundaries, which if you're a therapist, you're a little more practiced than the average bird at doing. He just would keep on going. It basically didn't listen. It didn't alter his behavior. He didn't seem to be able to hear what I was saying and adapt and adjust accordingly. So today was sort of the final straw. I won't go into the details of the story, but I felt myself feeling really emotional, and rather than berating myself for being emotional and trying to calm down to appease him or to let him continue on with this diatribe that he wanted to go into, I started to get there in my own mind and said, maybe we do need to find someone else for my child, because he was just laying into me basically about something that we already were clear on and had a treatment plan around. And his father and I were in agreement, yada, yada. Details don't really matter. And he still was not listening to me. So I stood up with my little apron on and my alligator clips, behind my neck with the string. And I just said, I'm done. And I reached over him and I grabbed my coat. I'd gotten up early. I could have slept early in today, and I didn't. I grabbed my coat and he said, well, wait, let's take this thing off. So they took the thing off of me, and I calmly, with every shred of dignity that I had reclaimed, walked out the door. Now, that could be seen as being dramatic, being the B word, being difficult, making a scene, storming off. I'll tell you, I felt so empowered leaving because what I recognized was a pattern in me that I see in nearly all of my clients, a lot of people I love in my life, and I think it's almost universal for those of us that grew up kind of caretaking for the emotional needs of the authorities in our lives. we will put up with a heck of a lot. We will muscle through, that's a term I used earlier, and I really want to hammer it home today. We will muscle through relationships that don't serve us. We will muscle through interactions with people with really poor boundaries who don't respect our boundaries when we say no. We will muscle through because we are just used to doing that. And it is so important to break the pattern of people pleasing, to recognize the ways in which you've been conditioned or programmed to abdicate or set aside your own feelings and needs, your own truth, what your inner voice is saying, which for me in that chair was, get the heck out of here right now. There's 10,000 other dentists in this city. Like, you can find a better fit, someone that can help you deal with whatever's going on in a way that is respectful and helpful and just kind and compassionate and considerate and boundaried. So that is my message to you today. I'd just like you to take an inventory. Think about the times where you might have, and in hearing my story, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I could never do that. I would never just stomp out. And I was that person at one time too. And now, at the age that I am now in this stage of life, I'm just over it, people. And I think that 2020 has really personally changed me in that way. I feel like it's changed a lot of people, that we're just kind of done. We're not only just tired and exhausted and overwhelmed and stressed at everything that 2020 has brought, we've also done a lot of personal evolving. I know I have. I would say I am a completely different person today than I was 1 year ago. And that's a good thing for me. Always growing, always transforming, always evolving. That is the nature of the human being. We are designed to grow and change over time. So I'm at the end of basically no more Mrs. Nice Guy. I'm not going to sacrifice my own needs, and certainly not that of my kids or my family, to please other people that just can't see me, that just can't hear me. It's really not their problem if I keep putting up with that. It's mine. So look through your life. Think about how this might apply or not apply to you. Are there times when you've sat in that dentist chair and just taken it again, metaphorically speaking? And just invite you to give yourself permission to take a deep breath. Like I said, take your dignity back, set a boundary, make a choice. This is your life. You're in charge. Take your power back. Let's collectively decide that going into 2021, we're not giving it away to anyone anymore. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was useful for you. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to my videos. I really appreciate it. I would love to hear in the comment section what you think about today's topic. I just got so fired up today. I was like, I'm going to tell a personal story and hope that it helps someone out there. Until next time, friends, may you be well, may you be happy, may you be at peace. Bye for now.